Hello, I'm Andrew Hennessey and welcome to the Outshore channel and Stargate Edinburgh Tours on YouTube. Have you noticed, because you're bound to have noticed, if you're a UFO buff and you're into the NASA's images databases and the gigapan and Curiosity Rover and all the archives, if you're trawling through Martian archives, NASA image archives that are genuine scientific data, you cannot fail to notice. Can't fail. And I'm talking about, like, you'd have to be really in severe need of glasses if you can't see these civilized artifacts all over the place on Mars. It's like someone's taken a bulldozer and bulldozed down a big posh housing estate. Do you know, I've come up with the little carved figurines and all sorts of weird sort of artistically carved pyramids and markers, boundary markers, a basin or a font or something like that. It's quite incredible, the stuff that you're seeing. It really is. It looks like something incredible has happened to Mars. It looked like it could have been perhaps a really densely populated planet just like Earth. Have you seen the stuff that's lying about? Now you've got fields of debris. Now, you know you're going to get the spooks and the government shills making serious sounding videos about how it's all really just a few pixels and people making weird things out of rocks and all that. There are YouTube accounts dedicated to disinformation and to making bits of nonsense out of the imagery you can see in the rocks. That's called pareidolia. And the thing is that all the skeptics that are dismissing the evidence for the Martian civilization on Mars, it's all in their imaginations that we're just projecting our wishes on it. Now surely, once you dismiss all that kind of garbage and go for the images that are really quite obviously civilized artifacts, it should only take one of those to produce the idea that there was a civilization on Mars. But there are many hundreds of those artifacts visible in these NASA scans. Huge amount of artifacts for an old trashed civilization. And then you've got photographs of aliens running about with technology and with laser blaster guns and all that, like the Wild West. Gunfight at the OK Corral. I'm just hiding under this boulder here from being scanned by an overflying UFO. It is like a scene from John Carter of Mars. The John Carter of Mars is the Walt Disney film that was allegedly panned by critics. John Carter of Mars was blown away. Everybody that was sort of cool or uber cool didn't like John Carter of Mars. If you were one of the cool set, you didn't like John Carter. Why? Because you were told not to like John Carter of Mars. John Carter of Mars was actually quite close to probably the reality that we're all witnessing in front of these. We're looking at a huge number of tribes of different alien beings. I can pick out from the gigapan image taken by one of the rovers. I've got this image of a carved elephantine creature with four. It's an elephant of some sort, or a big mastodon, or some huge big elephant-like dinosaur. An artisan has spent time carving that. Today you've got images of UFOs and crashed UFOs, and you've got Star Wars junk lying about all over the place. You've got trashed alien spaceships all over the shop. It does look like the planet Mars was a huge big Star Wars battleground. It does look very much like the film John Carter of Mars was very close to reality. The other aspect of John Carter of Mars, which you might like to pick up on, is this strange, mysterious beings, the puppeteers behind the social engineering on planets like Earth and Mars and all that. In that film, the Archons, the Greys or the Fairies, these beings, as it says in the film very truthfully, that they feed off the energy and the pain of dying civilizations, and they orchestrate their ruin so they can feast on the pain and the suffering. Now that's John Carter of Mars, the Archons, true to reality, and I think it's perhaps true to what's been going on Earth at the moment, and it's true to what's been going on Mars. Just look at the stuff lying about Mars. Now, can you just say that it's either manufactured deliberately and put there so we can see it, or it really is a debris field that used to belong to high civilization, a highly populated world? Now, we've got images that all these oceans and all the other stuff has maybe migrated underground, but for sure there are real civilized artifacts, old and new, I mean, from antiquity and from fairly new UFO crashes. We've got pictures of an alien had been hiding under this flat boulder, and he'd been shot, and he's lying there, and his gun's lying right next to him, and that kind of thick-handled gun for his long-fingered hand. You see another one of these lying about on another one of the NASA pictures. Mars is absolutely crawling with life. Beyond a doubt, if what NASA is giving us is science, then there is most definitely scientific proof of civilization, ancient and contemporary, on Mars right now.